All right. Hey, welcome to 100 Sessions. I think doing Fables here from Ghostfire Gaming. This is our third one we are in, and this has been a all Ghostfire time slot, actually. So, always doing games and such from those wonderful publishers that give us great things. And as we continue through this, we have material for the next one, actually. So we are all ready to go because it is such a fun time here. Now, we are currently in Agents of the Empire, where our undercover crew has almost blown their cover because they couldn't handle a little boy as he fired his laser at them, and they had to resort to violence against a child in order to gain entry into the city of Sunta, where they are following up their leads from the Hornets, the box they found, and some other goods to see where they might find for the thievery of a super weapon, Medtech super weapon that has been taken. This could definitely spell quite the disaster for civilization should it get out, and our crew hopefully will find their way to put it down. So it is with that we will hop right back into our game today. So we've got our 3, and we, I think, are going to be adding more as a little bit of time goes by. So we'll see as people potentially wake up or get to their computers for this. So, with that, you find yourself in the somewhat quiet now town. Given your rather violent entry, the townsfolk have all hidden in their homes. None wish to talk to you. So the city streets are quiet, though you can see eyes peering through windows to the violent ruffians who have just entered. And as with that, what would you like to do?
I'm a nurse. Does anyone need medical attention?
I don't think
Adora,
they're gonna
I believe
come out.
I believe that everyone is inside, and we have surely spooked them. And he would have, trying to be under the guise of what was originally the scientist and people that were concerned about the crops, which he still is actually. He's like carrying a little like a one person cart right behind him that has like maybe like some soil and fertilizer and different things like that, gardening equipment. And he actually wants to look around. He's like, the least we could do is at least try to be kind. Maybe people will soften up to us. And he tried to look for what was maybe once the gardening plots and things like that.
Absolutely. Give me a perception check.
Surely. I will use my new Valentine metal die. Ooh. All right. 20.
20. Yeah, taking a quick look, you do see within the walls here in Sunta, there are several gardens. You can tell in particular that you do see some with like signs by who or may own them. Near the center of the town, is a place called Ray and Mother's, and there is a corresponding garden plot there, and there are several others.
Cora, would you like to check any of these out? I think maybe if we do show some concern as we initially planned, and maybe even decide to make a big feast or something for these people. If the gardens aren't doing well, they can't be eating well.
Yeah, sure.
I bet these people rely a lot on honey.
I can assist.
Thanks, Adora. Can I do some sort of check on the plot?
Sure. I would say give me a nature check.
You got it. With Adora's help, is it advantage or adding a bonus or?
Adora is also proficient with nature and herbalism as well.
Yeah, so how is Adora helping?
She would be, well, depending on how Cora is doing this, is what Adora would be doing.
I think she would probably, she has like a history in like biomancy and terraforming, and she doesn't do that now, but I think some sort of old, like she'd probably take out like her alchemist supplies and start maybe testing the soil or taking that kind of approach. You see sort of like a maybe some skills that Cora doesn't use very often anymore.
In that case, Dora would be using her herbalism kit to create samples and label them and kind of start creating a chart of data.
Okay, so then can add Adora's wisdom over to Cora. Wisdom modifier for this roll.
Okay, so I got rolled an 18 plus 8 is 26 plus whatever.
3. If
Okay.
it's a straight wisdom, it's 3.
29.
Yeah, investigating here. It's the most you can tell is that the crops seem to be suffering from a lack of water, and there's also diseases among others, and then outright destruction. And this seems to be some of the older crop. Then there's newer ones that actually are being harvested, look like they're having about 3 to 4 times their yield. Like they're doing very well. Some of the newer ones are not quite to maturity of harvesting yet, but it is. No one seemed to be doing above and beyond what could be expected.
Do you think it would be smart to use some of the soil and things that we brought to make a plot of our own somewhere and observe it and see, test out what's the difference? We need some sort of thing to go off of, a base.
Well, yeah. We could add in the disease element into a section and study it and see if it has natural fighting agents.
Is there like a reasonable, I guess I don't know how else to ask this. Could Cora intuit if she suspects that this is somebody interfering with the crops, or does it all just seem natural? We just have to crack the code of what the environment has to change.
I think with you think the newer crops, the ones that are going above and beyond, seem to be by, you think some interference. As you get closer and look at it, you actually like you can smell like the odd ozone scent of used Ethereum in the air.
Mhm.
And even these plants themselves, they aren't contaminated by Ethereum, but they definitely all have especially within their leaves, just the vaguest hint of purple.
The ones that are doing well or the ones that are dying?
The ones that are doing well.
Okay.
So you think that the issues surrounding the ones that aren't doing well seem fairly natural, but the solution seems to be extremely Magitech oriented.
Gotcha.
Do you share this information, Cora?
For sure. But I maybe setting the scene for me, the player. Are we like alone as we're discovering all this?
Christopher went to their houses. So
Okay, cool.
people are looking at you, so they can see kind of what you're sort of doing, but they can't really hear you.
Yeah, then definitely I would say I would share the information.
I think we all have seen some studies leading to the effects of magic, I guess Ethereum in particular, changing animals. What would it do to people if they consumed it for long periods of time?
Is that something that Cora would know?
You can give a kind of check, I guess.
Cool. Oh, I don't know why. Let me re-roll that. I don't know why I rolled it with advantage. I have expertise. Okay, 17. 28.
28. I say, given the amounts here, unless someone consumed like an overabundance of it, it is unlikely they would experience any negative effects.
I mean, yeah. Generally nothing. Unless, somebody was trying to hurt you with it.
Well, I guess that puts my mind at ease. Surely you wouldn't want babies eating tomato purees and then sneezing and casting cantrips now.
It does make me wonder, though, about, it's new, but it's also a competitive market. Ethereum is not easy to get. It comes from, a different world altogether. So
that is true. Well, do you think it's the beekeepers that have access to such a thing? I mean, they would have to seal it. It's no way they are getting it legally.
And it definitely doesn't seem like a sustainable solution for this really small rural town. Sorry, what were we going to say?
Well, it could just be coming in through a different product altogether, masked under anything from a chemical growing agent to a fertilizer to a means of tampering with the vegetation for more health related reasons. And likely it's possible that the people using it might not even be aware they're using it. But we don't really know what their list of products are.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's two things to check then. We can see with the farmers, and we can also go to the beekeepers.
I was going to suggest talking to some of the farmers with the good yields. I could try to introduce myself, seeing as you guys have no luck in talking to people, not even children.
Hey, I was a nurse. I told them.
So that's what he'll seek, maybe, any modest home with a high yield. And but actually, before he does that, he will go outside and maybe in an open space start a meal.
Like
Just
within
making-
the town.
Yeah,
Okay.
like just a big cauldron. Get out a big cauldron from cooking supplies and make some stew.
Okay. What type of stew are you making there?
I would have some like carrots and potatoes, and leeks. Chop some onions and garlic, and then I would have a few like blocks, and the blocks are like salted pork and like different like stock like that is like frozen, or it was like freezing like really fast as if it was like freeze dried, and I put it in there to like as like a thickener and also a flavor enhancer, and it's kind of like a pork vegetable like beef stew like with that.
Okay.
With that type of stock.
Makes sense. And so the fumes from that start to come out. People begin to slowly come out of their houses, intrigued by the delicious smell. Do you have proficiency with cooking?
I do not, actually.
Okay.
But I can roll for it.
You can do a persuasion check.
Okay. That is an 18.
Okay. In that case, soon somebody comes out and tastes it. Or they come and go, are you making this for like a big pot for just you?
Oh, this is a big pot for anyone that needs it, sir.
You care about feeding the people here.
We care about anyone who needs to be fed.
They take it and motion out, and you see these a gnomish and a human child come out and begin to eat and drink, as does this person's partner, and soon another family, and it's not too long before you pretty much have the majority of the town has come and is either eating here, or many have gone like back to their business, and kind of things have turned to normal. There's not this fear in the air as much.
See, sometimes all you need is a full stomach, you know? People get hangry. Well, did you guys want to talk to some of the farmers? See possibly what they have to say and where they're getting this wonderful fertilizer.
Yes. But has anyone come to claim the child yet? Because I'm over here dabbing their forehead with a washcloth.
Oh yeah, as you're doing that, a few do come. They go, it's our boy. Wish you hadn't antagonized him.
I didn't mean to. I told him I was a nurse, and then he shot me, and I'm so sorry it happened that way. I didn't mean to upset him. I didn't know he had a fear of nurses. I'm really, really, really apologetic.
Amazing. And they just, They kind of are trusting the soup. Not sure what to do with all of you yet, but they do let you go around, and they don't hide at this point.
So where are the farmers at?
Yeah, and just as Deanna there is not his usual self, right? So he'll have to, keep that disguise up throughout his time here, if he's unless he's doing something else.
Sure. I mean, a lot of them farm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So the doorbells, we just pick one of the houses, modest looking home with the good plots.
Well, do you think I should pose as a child?
I think you should be yourself,
Okay.
and we are curious to genuinely curious to why they have these high yields, and I think we should just ask the questions, and I'll be there to support you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, why do they have high heels? Got it. So she goes up to the house, knocks.
Yeah, I'll be right there and introduce myself as well whenever they open the door.
All right. In that case, you go up, and this is just the house you're trying to get to now.
One of
Yeah,
the
just
houses.
yeah.
So just the house. So
Yeah, with the high yields, that has like a good garden.
okay, a good garden. Okay. After a moment,
Tell us. Sorry. That's it.
okay. After a moment, they come. They open up and go. Yeah, strangers, can we help you?
Hello, I'm Nurse Bell. It's nice to meet you. I'm in the area today. I was hoping I could ask you a couple of questions.
Yes, I'm Inspector Ari, and I was admiring your plot earlier. It's very beautiful. Sure, but we'll get right into it.
Yes. Do you like high heels?
What?
What high yields do you? How do you get your gardens so nice?
Oh, water and we take care of it.
How do you take care of it?
You have products?
And then when Bell says products, I will use my shifty skills and detect their thoughts.
Okay. I don't. We just plants and do what we need to do, and then they in your spell there, you kind of hear they suspected something the grabbers gave us. That's those little machines. Let's not talk about them.
I'm a little familiar with the farming practices of not having products. Do you just rely on rain then, or do you don't use fertilizer or?
Right? We make fertilizer from compost and other such things. And they do give like a basic farming information.
Can I see the wild stock? The livestock?
We don't carry any, but there's some, I guess, around. I mean, I don't know what. You show up here. Why are you looking at it?
We're just curious about the well-being of Planar Coast and the effects of the adjacent water to possible detriments of coastal farmland.
Yes, this type of thing has been reported before in a couple of other the coastal cities, farming products, stock, and that sort of thing. And we were just checking out some of the areas that matched similar landscapes to the ones that those vegetations were bringing from. And we thought maybe if this place was not affected, we could find out, what amazing stuff you were doing here to ensure that your particular vegetables came out so well, as opposed to the ones from the more western sections of the cities further to the west,
the other coast,
the
yes,
west coast.
And who are you that you're trying to check this out?
I'm Inspector Ari.
That's Inspector Ari.
From what organization?
This would be the Environmental Coastal Agricultural Society.
And I'm a free agent from the Imperial Nurses of Registry.
Sounds like you just made that up on the spot.
No, I'm just very nervous.
All right, give me a deception check here, folks.
No.
Well, I rolled a natural 20 for a 26.
Oh
Let's
man.
see what I roll. Well, not as good. A 9.
All right. So they kind of calm down a bit. A few hours you could probably find more people to talk to at the Swan Song.
Is that the inn?
Yes, the tavern. I mean, listen, they do take out something with all of that. And it's what looks like a small, like packed together vitamin pill almost, you'd see. And they say, yeah, we break this apart, ground it up, and spread it around. Just a little bit around every plant. That seems to stave off some of the issues we've been having.
Oh.
Thank you.
Would you mind if I bought an assortment of your vegetable?
All right. So that'll give you a good assortment for gold.
All right, she'll give him one. Thank you.
Oh, after this, anyway, good job, Madorbo. Let's see. I'll go clean up my supplies that I left out there and put out the fire because can't have that going all night.
Yeah.
And
I think they really bought what I was saying.
I think you did a fine job.
I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah. You do better every time. Remember, you got to keep on out for patient number 1, and that's you.
Yeah, I try to go out and do a play.
Yeah. Once I guess you get some time off. So, well, I guess we should all head to the end. We will need a place for the night, after all.
Did you guys get the sense that they were telling you everything?
Yeah, they seem pretty honest.
Well, I was able to figure out that poking through their mind, that they get this thing possibly has this little machines that help stave off from the grabbers, I think is what they call them.
Grabbers. We've heard of them.
Yeah, they're the folks that we think are connected to our. They're the folks from Eastern whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Are the two wasps here with us? They came with us. I don't remember where we left them.
Well, the one you threw out the window. The one came though.
Okay. Cool.
We did not throw him out the window. He fled out the window.
Yep.
Still upset about that.
So yeah, I guess if they look like wasps for now.
Okay. Also, we should see about that honey, because I that way I don't have to give them my finger.
Yeah. Well, I don't know when you plan to do that, but
Where's
definitely
the
have to.
wasp currently?
Well, I think now you have to get honey from a corpse, right?
No,
Not
You
that-
just
Because it was a rare honey, then didn't you negotiate over to from a corpse?
no. the deal was it had to be a honey so rare that perhaps only 20 people had eaten, and there were 3 months attached to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I mean, or you can get honey from a corpse, you know. I'm sure maybe only 20 people have tried that.
Like made in the corpse?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Like the beehive would have been in the corpse. Yeah.
Nasty.
Where you could just move a beehive into a.
That's how it would work. Very good. So, so where are you headed?
The inn, I think.
Okay. Very good. Cool. So moving your way, you are able to, again, somewhat small town as you find yourselves, and people generally talk to you. You're getting the vibe more or less here, as you find yourselves at the Swan Song Tavern. You come in, there's only about 4 or 5 patrons drinking. Seems most of the farmers are out working the fields. And you see the ones in here keep sort of sneaking furtive glances at you, as does the bar tender, just to kind of a human male. Doesn't quite meet your gaze, just sort of is cleaning and doing maintenance things.
I guess I'll kind of speak just to the, like a little hushed, just to our group here. Well, I guess one of the things that we learned is that more than the bee keeping shop, but even the civilians here have some sort of reason to be loyal to the grabbers. Maybe it would be a benefit to us if we spoke to some of the farmers with crops who aren't benefiting from the Ethereum. They said no to the grabbers' help for one reason or another, and maybe they'll have actual info for us about the grabbers. Reasons why they wouldn't have trusted them. Yeah.
I would say come in with your inspection. It looks like everyone is getting help.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Is it that the other crops were so old that nobody was tending them?
Yeah, so it was more. So it had to do with like the idea of like crop rotation. Like they had one field in the same thing that's owned, and then you could just tell that they haven't fully rotated the fields yet with the new stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have another idea. What if we tell everyone we're looking to move here to become farmers? Or at least one of you are, because I've already told them who I am. And then we could maybe get set up with the grabbers for a meeting.
Oh.
Well, yes, but we might need to also assess the situation at the beekeepers as well.
Mm-hmm.
We can also, because, we're new here, we can just pretend to be farmers from a town over looking to seek their aid for our town. See what it entails.
Well, this is a very small city, and I've already told 2 people who I am, and so I must stick to my... Unless I guess, change my face, but...
We could tell them that some of the farmers from the area that were not having so much luck were accompanying us to learn.
I think... I believe that we need to just see possibly where I don't know, if we open up this capsule, see maybe where this stuff could lead us to. I mean, Cora, do you think if you assess maybe some of these machines that are supposedly in here, you could tell where they come from, or if they come
Maybe.
from maybe up north, where they are supposed to have a lot of secretive and special weapons, I guess. I mean,
If the serial numbers are still on them, I mean, and I think Matt had told me this before, but like there are like serial numbers on stuff, but if we think it's illegal, they might have filed that stuff off. So, I mean, worth checking, but
that's fair enough. I guess we need a more secretive place to do that, and we can obviously get some rooms. But I think maybe in the morning we should head up to the beekeepers, see what they have to say. Maybe if we can get anything from them, and I can detect anything in their minds, might even lead us to maybe they are part of the grabbers themselves.
Matt, are there, if this is like farmland, there are like sheds and stuff around, or is it like very small, tiny structures?
I mean, the houses are fairly modest, but then from stretching from this small town is just acres and acres of farmland.
I guess I'm wondering, like, if this is like a gated, very protected place that has some sort of alliance with the grabbers, and if I was a grabber and I wanted to hide a big machine, this town feels like a good place to do it. But do I think any of the buildings are big enough?
There might be some buildings big enough. You don't see any sheds though. Like you don't see anything that's like a obviously unoccupied building.
Gotcha. Great. Thank you. Okay. So we sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, should we leave that? Did you bring the stew with you, or did we just?
I think Deanna Dare cleaned it up. I think.
Yeah, I cleaned it up and.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Would there be, do we think, like at night, benefit in like snooping around some of these farms, or no?
It could be, as long as you don't get caught, right?
If we grab soil samples, is there anything you could do with that?
I don't know if it would tell us anything more than we already know, that the plants are being helped by Ethereum. But we could try. And maybe we could get a look at these machines.
Yeah.
I can turn invisible, and maybe GLO could stealth with me.
Yeah, I would trust you guys to be able to get in and out quickly and efficiently.
I can do that.
Okay.
And then,
Just to clarify, though, we're not allowed to kill people here.
please try not to kill anyone.
No.
Okay.
Knock them out. You got those darts for a reason.
That's why I clarified. Just personal preference.
Do either of you need protection from divination?
Sure. I don't know.
I don't really know what that entails, to be honest.
I can hide a target that I touch from divination magic for 8 hours.
Then yeah, give it to Cora.
Okay.
Stack it on top of the invisibility.
It's one of my gnome things. So I kind of just reach over and touch you on the forehead and say, "This child is protected by the gnomes," and cast it.
Tingly. Cool.
Well, the way you guys go about that, we won't cause too much trouble. Maybe we can catch some of the bee. We won't go inside, but maybe just the operations on the outside, Adora, while they do that.
Sounds good. Otherwise, I was going to suggest we, start a card game, maybe tavern brawl.
No, none of those. Not today, at least.
Okay.
Amazing. All right, so head over to the mothers.
Yeah, so I think Cora, and GLO wanted to infiltrate one of the farm areas, right?
Yeah.
Like inside a barn or.
Yeah.
And
Oh, is the mother's the bee place?
yes,
Yeah, right.
Gotcha. I was like, what are you talking about?
and then Doorbell and I was gonna scope out the mothers because just as my division to assess like any operations and things like that might be happening. So I'll I need to get into a hill or a tall building or a tree just to get some see more of their land.
Okay. Well, yeah, Ray and Mothers is a storefront that's close to the center of the village.
Okay, cool.
From the windows, you can see they sell products like honey, lip balm, and live bees.
Ooh.
And you can go in and further investigate, but that's what you can get from the outside.
Okay. And I didn't want to go in without GLO and Cora.
All right.
So I'll just scope it out and see who's coming in and out. See if I catch any of the ones I know that own it or are part of it as well.
So we want to do the investigation first, then have them join you?
Correct.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because I would have told them that we're there scoping it out.
You got it. In that case, yeah, what are you two looking as you go try to just walk kind of the farmland here?
Well, my plan, I think, was more like a nighttime thing, like business
Okay.
is closed, people going to sleep. So I don't know if it's still daytime, we could all have time to go speak to the bee people, or if we wanted to save that for tomorrow. I'm not sure.
I'm down. If it's I thought it was nighttime, so if it's still daytime, then yeah, we can all
Yeah,
go.
it's
Sure.
still daytime. That's why the bar was so thin.
Gotcha. Fair
Okay,
enough.
great. So then we could all head to the bee place.
Should we use disguises? Because I could use my disguise.
I'm always in disguise usually, so this is I'm in disguise as
All right.
what I was when I first came.
I'll use a disguise, and I cast disguise self on myself.
What do you look like?
Like human child.
In a nurse outfit?
Well, I change.
All right. Then you come in and you see a female elf, kind of bronze skinned, is tending to the shop. She sees all of you and goes, "Oh, welcome to Ray and Mother, strangers. Oh, hey, darling." And she looks at a doorbell and gives you a little paper tube of honey.
Oh,
Goes,
perfect.
there you go.
Like we kind of just put some of that in a jar.
Gives you a weird look, like
I like collecting honey.
supposed to eat it.
I am going to eat it.
She's has a thing about sitting down and savoring sweet treats.
All right.
Well, this is a fine establishment you have here. My lips have surely been dry coming to the coast Could I see some of your lip balms?
Oh yeah. They're 10 silver. Sorry, 9 silver apiece.
Oh, this must be of high quality, surely. I will take. I'm guessing they're all honey flavored.
Yeah,
Is there a honey lavender?
there is actually. Yeah.
I will grab a honey lavender and give them a gold.
Yeah. It's made very, very well.
No, sure that has to be a jest. You guys are selling live bees here as well?
Yeah, we, my mother's and I, we go ahead and put out the honey bomb, the bees, and other related things. She kind of looks in a ledger she has on the desk. She goes, "Yeah, get a lot of call for live bees so people can start to make their own, and we so readily and happily supply."
Could I take a look at some of your bees? And I'll take a glance at and maybe at Koros and the ledger to see, so she can get a good glance at that.
Are you trying to like really read the ledger?
Yeah, and also hint to Cora to do the same.
Okay, there'll be like a sleight of hand check if as she gets that you can do that.
Okay, because I also have the same thing as Cora, where I get that
Nice.
sleight of hand check thing there. So, quick glances, quick fingers.
All right.
All right. And okay. And then plus. Where's the. Okay. That's going to be a dirty 20.
Woo!
Nice. You, in the ledger, you can see that a box of hornet swarms was sold to the grabbers. But there's no personal identifying information.
Mm. Mhm. I'll just note that. Won't say anything. But continuing what I was saying before. What type of bees could I buy from you?
Oh, I've got all types. Got our honeybees, and we get we do some more aggressive types for those. Sometimes people like hornets around the edges of their property and honeybees on the inside.
Oh,
But all types. We can do with different flavors, different vintages. Honestly, we offer 50 subspecies. So.
well, that's very, very extensive. Well, surely, you must have a big property to keep all these.
We do. Go back, and it takes a lot to maintain, but it is very satisfying to know that we're giving people good old-fashioned remedies. They're hurt mostly for what is ailing you.
Oh, you definitely do fine work, and it is fine to meet you. Your name was?
Right.
Right. Oh, all right. Nice to meet you. Well,
All right. Right on the door.
the house that you wanted before we leave.
I was like, the mothers aren't here at the moment.
Where are they off to? Usually tending to the farm.
Yep. Like to do some field research.
Oh, that's very interesting. You guys ever give tours of the place? I'm sure it has to be magical.
No, not much call for. We like to keep it to ourselves. Our secrets, all our secrets, as open as we are with gifts and such things.
Fair enough. All right, well, it was a good day too, and hope your business continues to flourish.
Dora was looking to see if there were any children here. Specifically, does it look like the owners have any children?
No.
Okay. In that case, she's going to go ahead and basically be looking at what's on the shelves and seeing if she might have to actually open up a couple of the jars to test them, but she's kind of trying to find if they have any properties from a really quick search that match what they kind of saw out in the fields earlier.
I see. I would say, yeah, give me an Arcana check.
All right. All right. That's a 24.
Nice. They don't seem to have any Ethereum contamination or presence or anything like that.
Okay. All right. So she'll stop messing with those.
Got it. And then, is that it here, or does someone else have something?
I think I was good here.
I'm also good here. I just don't know what angle Cora would be thinking yet. So maybe she'll
Okay.
try and come back another time. But
Same.
Sounds good. So we can leave the shop. Where to next? We go, if you wanted to investigate more when there was people in the bar, you could. Or it depends on what you'd like to do.
do we think it's unwise to like be taking? And this could be like Cora talking, maybe like back in their room at the inn or something. But do we think that we can't just ask the shop people directly about the grabbers, or?
I wouldn't want to cause too much suspicion, but I mean, we definitely have to find a way in, and if we can, I was thinking coming back as a different disguise, as in people that were maybe a little bit more upset that or suspicious that they're the ones that incited the Hornet attack, and we blame it on them, and maybe they'll find us a way to get in contact with the grabbers.
Well, maybe here at the inn, you get people drinking, they might reveal a little more than they intend to.
There's also another way we could go about it.
Threatening to kill them?
No.
Usually works.
I would suggest not at least not today. So, should we then go? Yeah, we could spend some time here, and maybe while we wait for the late night, Cora, you can examine some of those machines, little machines.
Sure.
All right. Then the bar does become nice and noisy. And you wanted to sneak out into the night?
Yeah. Cora is going to I think just for thoroughness, she's going to cast. Well, no, she'll save that. Oh no, then I can't cast this spell. Forget it. Okay, I'm just going to use a potion of invisibility on myself.
I'm gonna sneak out with Cora.
I'm chilling at the bar with the doorbell.
Nice. There you go. So, what you'd like to? What type of farm are you looking for to infiltrate here?
Well, I think Cora's thought would be to go to the one where we had been to before, because we were already suspicious of them and they already had thoughts about these like little machines. So start there.
Yeah, you can go. You can go more like not just the gardens, but like the big farmland patches, if you want. But What are you looking for? Tell me kind of what's the scene, or how are you trying to go about this?
Yeah, if we go for one of the bigger farms, they're more likely to have probably a more direct connection.
I'm also thinking too of like hidden spaces, like interiors. Like, is there like where are these machines that they thought about that were treating their crops?
All right. Oh, the machines. They're talking to that pill that they gave you, and that you'd grind up. That's the connection they were trying to make.
Okay, maybe then Robin didn't understand. Say it again.
Yeah. I took some new medicine, so I'm trying to catch up. That could have been how I said it. I'm a little out of it. But you basically, they had this little like, it looked like kind of a vitamin pill, but they referred to it as the machines, and that's what they did when they gave over. And I will say now, if you want to investigate, especially under the moonlight, you can see that as you just take your fingernail and flick a little bit off, when you do, it lands on the ground. You see like the dust, the fibers of it begin to like move once it's been disturbed, almost like very tiny machines, like Magitech.
Cool. Yeah. Is there a way that I would know to like if I saved a sample, could I like is there something on it that like is proof that it's related to the grabbers?
No, there's not like a big G on it.
Okay.
Or anything like that, unfortunately.
Okay.
You do see that it seems like it might come from a factory in Corel. But if it does, like, I would say, yeah, you do see a little insignia that lets you know it's from an Experimenta Magitech factory. Specifically, I would say a group you've heard of before, that you know to be actually have high anti-imperial sentiment, called the Risen Tomb.
Oh. Cool. Okay, I'll scrape off with and into like a little wherever I drank my invisibility potion from, into that little vial. I'll scrape off a little sample.
Okay.
I mean, GLO, is there like use, and do you want to sneak into one of the houses or anything?
I mean, if we can get any records of people's dealings with them.
That's a good point. Okay.
People don't usually give out things for free. Everyone charges something.
Okay.
So yeah, we should probably sneak into a place, and there's a smaller farm is less likely to keep records of their transactions because they have less to keep track of. If we find we should probably try to find one of the bigger ones, but it'll be harder to get into. But you're invisible, and I can be incredibly small.
And we've snuck into really high security places before, so
I don't think a farm will be much problem.
I agree. Okay.
Okay. Then I'd say what you kind of find is there are like large communal barns for storing equipment, rather than everyone having their own. It seems like a lot of it is shared. And it is no small. It is real easy for you to just kind of in. It is not high security. The farmers are all gone. It's locked, but not overly well. So Jello just can get into that lock, do his thing, and you do see locked away are actually very large Magitech machines, tractors, multi-bladed ones that just look entirely imposing. with large sea bags, and again with on that same kind of like more experimental look to them, not the standard things that the Empire would send to people.
Sorry, this might have been answered before, but is making non-registered things legal? Like, is there like a law against things like this?
No, there's not a law against making Magitech. Like you're allowed to, like Ethereum is somewhat regulated, but like you can make Magitech devices. It is not a big thing. Just usually to do so, you need either a lot of money or government backing or connections or like all three. Just because getting the materials is sort of hard, and some of that's somewhat restricted. But no, like
No, but the act of
they-
owning it is not like the crime. It's just suspicious how they
no,
got
but
it.
it is suspicious for a very poor farming community. to
Yeah,
have this.
yeah, that makes sense. It's just suspicious that they have it, but it's not like illegal that they have it.
Correct.
Got it. Makes sense. Cool. Cora, do you want to take a look at that while I look around for any? I look at some of the machines while I take a look around for any records of anything.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Cora would also be taking notes on the machines too, in the same way where we like find like blueprints of non-agency equipment and we bring them back with us. I think she would just sort of be like logging these non-empire technology, like taking little notes if she can.
You got it. Makes sense to me. Yeah, she's taking these notes, any serial numbers you see, that type of stuff. And what did you say you were doing, Jello?
I'm looking around for any kind of records of like sale or transfer, anything like that. Anything to like make a bit more of a connection. Like any kind of paper trail.
Sure. Yeah, I'd say give me an investigation check.
All right. That is a 19.
Okay. You do find a drawer that has all the manuals for this, including attached within each one just a very simple message to feed the children, keep up the fight, down with the Empire, the grabbers. And so it looks like, from you can tell, the grabbers may be supplying all of this to the people.
Well, at least we have concrete proof of that now.
That's one of our objectives. That's great.
And we also actually have how they convinced them for it, so...
And just for the sake of asking, none of these machines in here look like a big Ethereum super weapon.
No.
Okay, great.
That's easy enough. All right. And before we go back to bar, I guess let's go ahead and just if we could do our break a little early here, and then come back to the other piece.
Sure. Good work, Jello.
Sorry about that. We are back. Man. With Team Tavern. So it is bustling, and all the farmers have come back, giving you some glances. Not quite engaging you, but not being super quiet either.
Okay.
So tell me what you'd like to do.
Adorbell, I guess you were thinking to get these people a little sauced up, eh?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Well, why don't we play some games and make some drinks? Rounds, I guess. For the
Okay.
bar.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you want to go about doing this?
Let's see. I think. Well, the first thing I'll do is I'll approach the bartender. Excuse me.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Is this a make your own drink allowed establishment?
I mean, we don't give you the stuff, no. But we can do any recipe you want. You give us we'll make it for you. We are experts at what we do. Don't worry, you don't need to bring any outside things here.
Okay. I know a couple of ingredients that might make a pretty good buzz. Adora wants to see if she can use her knowledge of alchemy to construct alcohol that would make for fun conversation.
Okay. So a particular blend then. That makes sense to me. Sure, you can give, if you're proficient in alchemy's tools, you can roll with proficiency with intellect.
Okay. Okay. $25.
5. All right. So looking at what's available between Queen's Fire and Dead Man's Liquor, you're able to create what you think is that gives the most energy while taking away the most social barriers. One thing, the most inhibitions.
Okay. I'll take a couple of these. How much would that be?
Just what, 2 of them?
Oh no. Let's see. Can I get maybe 10?
10. All right. Yeah, it'd be 3 gold each, so 30 gold.
Oh, I'm a little short. How about 5?
From 30 to 5.
How much did you?
From 10
You
to
should have a lot of gold. Did you buy anything? You should every time you should have like 500 gold coming out of here at least.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Then yeah, I'll definitely buy that.
Like each mission, you should have at least 500 gold.
Okay. Updated. Sure. I'll take those. And she'll pay for them.
All right. So load it up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to take these to our table and just kind of have them sitting at the center. Okay, Dio. So I don't know how well you are at games of chance, but I suck.
Just make sure to call me Ari today.
Oh, sorry, Ari. Sorry, Art.
But yes, I think we just make it simple. We buy some drinks for some friends, play a simple game of chance. I have a dice with me, and whoever gets the high score, maybe we start with offering to buy each other a drink. Then we work up to saucier things like how do you get your crops to go so well, and who do I talk to about to do that? You know?
Oh, should I pose as the waitstaff then and just bring the alcohol?
No, you should just be yourself, and yeah, we're just friends trying to possibly make a living on a new coast.
Okay.
So I guess we'll find some, take our little platter or whatever we have with the drinks, and maybe go over to a table or two of some people and pass them around.
Okay. Yeah, it's one particular farm, and they take it, and as they drink, they start to be extremely happy as they go, right, well, looks like you strangers are okay then. Welcome to our marvelous farmland. What brings you to Sunta?
I mean, hey, we serve up good food and good drink. It would be a pleasure to have us as neighbors.
I'm here to serve up, and that's why you attacked the porch kid, huh?
No. Listen, what happened outside was unfortunate. We actually had come just to visit, and the poor young child thought we were there to rob. We tried to explain that we were just visiting, but the next thing we knew, we were being shot at, and we very, very carefully took the weapon from him and made sure that he was okay. We didn't harm him.
Well, tell you what, around here, outsiders usually are here just to take what we have.
That's good to know.
So,
We apologized for that.
I'm not sure who all of you get, though you're giving, which isn't bad, but just want to make sure you ain't going to take later.
Oh, no.
Well, honestly, this village, you rarely have community anymore, and it was inspiring. Honestly, wanted to know how you settled down here to a place like this. It's beautiful off the coast. You got nice crops. You got damn near honey from all 45 different species of bees. What's to complain about?
That's true. We survived pretty well. And then, well, of course, the Great Wars. Most of our families have been here way before the wars, and therefore lived through them. Till Corral took all control. Then, seemed like they like to forget us over here in Sunta. Forget what we provided, forget we existed. And, if forgetting didn't have any consequences, I don't think we'd care much, but as it turns out, when you take care of everybody else and you forget something like us, all that's nasty in this world finds its way to your walls. And the Empire not caring, other things care to kill and steal all they want.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, being so locked off from everything, I mean, you probably have to rely on your own abilities as a farmer. I mean, I admit that I'm not as skilled as I wish I was. Is there perhaps a place around here that could teach me some agricultural tricks?
Nope. We live it. We teach it to our children who are taught by our fathers and mothers.
Well, what about people who move in?
take care of you. If you find anyone selling, not many people leave. We've lived here for generations.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, surely people marry into families, correct?
Yeah, and we kick the crap out of them until they're decent farmers.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure someone could kick the crap out of you enough, Bell, to make you a fine farmer.
Okay. Yes, or is there a perhaps that's a great idea.
No.
there
You
a-
don't have to get married to anyone. That's
Well, no, I mean maybe there's a place here like a social gathering.
oh, you're looking for a farmers only meet.
I mean, how else would you meet people?
This is about as farmers only meat as you're gonna get.
Oh, this is how I meet people.
Yeah.
In this small town, yeah. They don't have a library. You can brush up elbows with someone. Unfortunately, in the same section.
No, not much use for one of those. Just thankfully here a group of individuals have been grabbing what we need to take care of ourselves since the Carleen have forgotten us. And as long as people come in here are okay with that, they're okay.
No, I mean, people that are givers like us.
Yeah, perhaps we might have a couple of things we could help teach others about farming. Some practices from further west of here.
We don't need to know nothing else. We know how to do things here, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And Bell, I think that's a fine thing what the gentleman's saying is there's a lot we could learn from people, and maybe people that take fine initiatives to take care of people like this are people that we need to befriend.
No, I didn't want to take things like take knowledge without offering knowledge.
You'll find your place if you stay here. Everyone finds a place to contribute. But it takes years. Fully understand what's happening around here. But is that why you're really here?
No.
What are you really here for?
Well, what I'm here for is I anyway need some help.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that there were people here who could assist.
This and what?
Well, the reality is I inherited a farm. My sister and I did, and that's all we were left, and we didn't exactly grow up knowing much about how to, tend to the lands, and a lot of the farmers that were in our area were not so willing to help. And one day we actually did hear that there was someone who knew of a group that might be able to help us in exchange for something, but we didn't know what the exchange was for, and they sort of pointed us this direction. I was looking for grabbers.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with the grabbers, I'll tell you that.
Good.
They take things that the Empire won't give.
That's what I was told. That's what I was hoping, anyway. I don't mean you any harm, and I'm just desperate.
I think what my friend is trying to say here is she needs possible contact for supplies and stuff herself for her business. And if you could possibly get into contact with someone for us, or at least anonymously set us on a path to help us, that would be greatly appreciated. And I'm going to try to use my ability of, what is it called here? My agent trait of something advisor. What is it called? Trustworthy advisor, to convince humanoids to pursue an activity of him, like maybe setting up a meeting for us.
I don't know anybody myself, but what I can tell you is we go to the church if we are in particular need around here.
I understand.
If someone meets you in the church, then they want to see you. If they don't meet you, well, that's your answer.
That's fair. I really appreciate that information.
Some more drinks.
I go, lean as you kind of do that. There, one lean over to you, Dora. Listen, the grabbers are fine. Just if you do talk to them, they just got into this fancy new contract with the Risen Tomb. They ain't fine.
Oh.
They've started hauling all kinds of things into that church. Spare parts, live creatures, even some of Ray's beehives.
Do you think the grabbers were forced into that contract?
No, but I think they may have trusted people who weren't to be trusted. It's been giving us fancy new things, but something ain't right that's going down in there.
I see.
And getting out of those things, there might be pressure for them to stay in it. More like it.
Understood. Well, here, and she'll put another 10 gold on the table. Not for payment or anything, just as a thank you if there's any drinks you particularly like. I just really appreciate you helping me more than you realize.
All right. Just, yeah. You have to understand this place. We were starving before people started grabbing.
Thank you. What was your name again?
Mine, Joffrey.
Joffrey. Well, thank you again, Joffrey.
Yeah, you two there. What name did you give him?
She gave him her real name, Adora.
Adora. I know. So if we did Nurse Power, okay. You too, Adora.
All right. I should, I guess, hopefully get ready for church. And she gets up.
All right. Then would you all like to meet up?
I'm ready to.
Mhm.
Right. Deus!
Man, I hope you guys found something because I didn't find anything.
You've been under the bed the whole time, Deus. So yeah, I hope everyone brought their church clothes because we're going to church. That's where the meetup is of the Grabbers, if they like us. And if they don't like us, they won't show up. But apparently they are doing some type of deal. The farmers here say the Grabbers are good people, but they've gone into contract with people who are not so good. And that's where the... wow. Blank space just hit my brain.
I mean, GLO and I found something similar, and Adora, you're Adora, I'm Cora. Cora will take out all of the papers that she took notes with. We found this warehouse. It's full of equipment that these folks probably, I mean, they're coming from Corel, actually. This organization, I know them. They're huge, anti-empire radicals, and do they make Magitech, Matt? Is that what I know about them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they produce Magitech and they're supplying the Grabbers. I don't know what their arrangement is, though, but really the Grabbers are, I think, in over their head.
They did sound like they were bringing things like live animals and that sort of thing as well to the church. So it just sounds like the farmers here are very thankful to the Grabbers because of the Empire. It felt like the Empire abandoned everyone here after the wars, and the Grabbers kind of came in and helped get everyone back on their feet, but they're a little bit worried about this new contract, and they don't necessarily trust the new organization. But so however we handle this, we should definitely be very, 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 very delicate. I do feel like this other organization might be the prime target, but maybe I'm wrong.
GLO actually found some correspondence, and it's from the Grabbers. I mean, we have proof that the Grabbers are involved, but in it's letters from them telling the townspeople to make sure they feed their kids and stuff.
Is that why they gave me honey?
I don't know, but I don't want to be the radical here. I don't know how you guys feel, and of course, I mean, I'll side with the team, but what if we don't tell HQ about the Grabbers? What if we let the Grabbers do what they do here and just give HQ the info on... Matt, what were they called again?
The Risen Tomb?
Yeah, the Risen Tomb.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, but only to the extent that, because I can't tell if the Grabbers are actually doing anything here other than helping the farmers. And if all they're doing is helping the farmers and the Empire is not helping the farmers, then what's the problem with helping the farmers? But if we find that they are doing something nefarious, that might change things.
Okay.
I agree. With the bell.
I won't be able to kill them anyways, so. nothing as altruistic as not turning them in or anything. It's just nothing changes depending on this result. So
Are the grabbers essentially like a town militia? Kind of, sorta.
I don't know. I don't know if they're a militia as much as they are
A town organization.
Even if they are, I don't know that I really have a problem with that. I mean, it's all like it's like an ecosystem. Even though the Empire is the big power, there are also lots of little players that help the whole community thrive.
Yeah, think about it. Like, if the grabbers didn't come here, what if someone who was actually much, much, much worse came in, and they probably would have taken this whole town and destroyed it and turned it into something horrible. But the grabbers don't really seem to have anything against the farmers being here or doing their thing. And they have helped them, as far as I can tell. We just need a little bit more information. But I do think, no matter what, this risen tomb is... We got to figure out what's going on with them. Because they could be throwing everything off balance if this is an ecosystem. They could be like an invasive species.
Yeah. So, church first thing or church now?
I mean, I don't want to be the guy that's gonna help these people, but realistically, the Empire isn't necessarily going to just kill this group just because they helped the people out. If we can get them to work through the Empire, that could even be another outcome that would keep them protected a little bit past our just covering it up, because covering it up only lasts so long.
What do you mean, bringing the Empire here?
Basically, we convince the Empire to fund them.
The problem is, I don't think the people here trust the Empire.
I also don't know if...
We don't have to tell the people.
Well, I guess the first thing is we have to see what the grabbers say.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
It's not a bad one. I mean, the chair doesn't even trust the rest of the agency.
But we are trusted.
Well, if we could convince the grabbers that they're way in over their heads, then maybe we could convince them to at least trust us. You know?
That's true, and maybe kind of like what Gila was saying, if we can show the Empire that the grabbers became an ally in trying to get the other folks whose name I have forgotten again.
The Risen Tomb.
Thank you. Gee, I'm gonna write it down for myself. Risen.
I'm hearing it as
Tomb.
Risen 2, which helps me remember it, because the Risen's Monday.
And then maybe, they will either pardon them or have incentive to fund them.
All I know is that swooping's bad. And in this situation, these people needed help, and in comes the Risen Tomb, swooping in, solving their problems. Swooping's bad.
I'm not sure if they even did. It sounds more like they came here because of the fact the grabbers were here and they knew they could strike up a deal. I mean, one avenue we might have to consider is talking to the grabbers about reforming their ways a bit. Because that would probably, if we can't even convince them to do that, then maybe Jello's idea isn't so far off. But regardless, we just need a first step, right? So we have some options. We have the church to see if they want to meet with us, which would definitely make that easier. And we have the warehouse to investigate what the Risen has here. So we have options.
Joe looks around and goes, I just want to clarify that if my plan does work and we end up helping people, it was not my plan.
It's only your plan if people die. Definitely. You got it.
Not join this business to help people.
Well, it's late now. Should we reconvene in the morning?
It's a good idea. I don't think they'll be at the church this late. I didn't really ask them what time, but I think if they want to meet with us after observing us here a while, they'll meet with us. If they don't, that tells us what we need to know. So maybe meet them in the morning.
All right. Then if you'd like to, you can go ahead and get your long rest.
Yay. Oh yeah, I've been bleeding this whole time.
Jeez.
I made my potions before I went to bed.
We also never spoke to the two moms. We just spoke to the daughter. So maybe it's worth, since it's a new day, going back to the bee place if we wanted to speak to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're not in the field still.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there anything in this honey they gave me the other day when they thought I was a child?
I mean, looking at it, it's really nice honey.
Okay. I was just curious because of that line about feed the children. Okay.
Okay. No, nothing nefarious. All right. In that case, the sun comes on to a new day. What would you like to do?
Are we going to church?
Yeah, that and the mom's place.
What do we think about maybe moms first? I feel like if things are going to go south, it might be at the church.
Okay.
So you head over to Ray and Mother's.
Mm-hmm.
Good. In that case, you come again and you see Ray, who you met before, and busy at work, moving stuff around. You can see restocked ingredients and stuff like that as she's busy boiling and doing stuff within the storefront. You don't see anybody else here. She goes, back again.
Hi.
Hello.
My friends yesterday, they told me about your shop. I'm here. I'm a researcher, a professor. And I'm really interested in the local fauna. I mean, you guys have amazing product that comes through the store. I was actually, well, I heard about that I think it was your two moms, they were out doing field work. I was wondering if I could maybe pick their brains a little bit, professionally speaking.
I didn't come back. Sometimes they'll be out for a while. When they go out, listen. When they say field research, I know they do work, but they also like to spend some time together. But I don't question. They come back when they're all good and ready. They don't usually tell me where.
Would
Got
they
it. Understood.
would they be interested in a free checkup?
You'd have to ask them if you find them.
Okay.
But you know, they're both druids, so you know they can take their time out there.
Oh.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time. Sorry to bother you.
Looks you okay. Yes.
Are there any animals in here?
I mean, there's some swarms of hornets and bees and things, but
Okay. Just curious if they were one of the animals. Mhm.
Well, fruitful morning. Off to a good start.
you guys are not investigating scenes at all, and it's hilarious.
Okay, wait. Let's go back inside.
Like NPCs go, yeah, no, we're good. Cool. Guess everything's fine. All
Would you like a
clear.
free checkup?
Have you murdered anybody? Nope. Great. Bye.
Well, the moms aren't here.
Hey, this is how I play Nancy Drew games, all right?
It's fine. No, it's fine. All right. Where to next?
I want to check under the floorboards for the mobs.
What are you doing on my floor?
We could go wandering the fields.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We could. Where do they go when they're druiding?
I don't know. Truth be told, if they when they don't tell me where they're going, I'm pretty sure they're doing dangerous things. So
Like what?
I wouldn't know, and I wouldn't tell you if I did.
Is there like an office room door here? Like a back room or something?
A little bit, but she had a ledger before that y'all looked at.
Oh, yes.
You kind of did confirm some stuff there.
Do you get all of your bee honey locally?
I mean, yeah.
Which are there any beekeepers here who don't supply honey to the store?
My mother's and I are really only beekeepers. We kind of do it all.
Would you mind taking us on a tour?
I guess. She'll take you around. Is there anything you're particularly trying to look out for?
Yeah. Because I still feel like these bees, either they have to either be affected by what's going on, or they are adapted to what's going on, or maybe they are, I don't know. But I want to kind of study the bees and see if I notice anything about them, their behaviors that seems different than what I've read in textbooks.
Okay. I think I'll just tell you, looking around, you don't see any different behavior. The bees all seem to be fine. What should I say? Ron?
Oh, no. I was making a dumb joke about behavior having the word
Oh.
bee in it. Don't pay attention.
Are these all the bees?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're always selling, taking different types to help other people, but
Right. I was told you sold bees.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's all the beekeepers, but none that we buy from. We don't buy honey from people. It's all made. I like to know everything's coming in right from where we are. Plus, you know, moms, you know, they have relationships. they said the other bees would get jealous or something.
I'm trying to wrap my head around what they just said.
Just that they don't take honey from anywhere else,
Okay.
basically. But yeah, they're just saying the bees seem fine, and I don't know why you're. Well, is there any reason you're trying to really get on the bee behavior?
Because I feel like, actually, you know what? I'm going to ask it this way.
Mhm.
Do you have any rare honey, like experimental honey?
Um,
Are you talking about like royal jelly or something like that?
No, I'm talking about. I mean, surely you probably experiment with your product a little bit to test things out, see if you can come up with a new sensation or.
well,
In-
I do have blends.
Yes, blends. That's the right word for it. Do you have any new blends?
Well, I do have one I'm testing right now. It's bees that we've taken from some. I probably shouldn't even talk about it, but are from different worlds.
Really?
I call it the 7 World Honey.
7 World Honey. Listen, I'm a bit of a honey entrepreneur. I'm mostly a tasting entrepreneur, not so much a creator of honey. Would I be able to purchase a sample?
Tell you what. I'll tell you can do a tasting. We'll call it 5 copper.
Tasting, okay.
We can tell me what you think. Still working on it, kind of get the proportions right, but
Okay, yeah.
that's from different places. I've got here a mix of Exandria, Eberron, Urte, Theros, a place called Thylea, a few others here. Just mixing it up.
Did you say hold on.
I was wondering if you were going to say 7 worlds. I was getting ready.
I said some of them.
You did.
Well,
It felt like one of those improv
could we-
games.
Could you repeat those 7 worlds again?
Eberron,
Uh-huh.
Alexandria,
Uh-huh.
Thylea,
Uh-huh.
Theros, and then she kind of stopped.
Oh,
She gave 4 of the 7.
Eberron and Exandria. Exandria. Could I try some Exandrian honey?
I thought you wanted the 7.
I do.
I guess I'll give you just the Exandrian too.
No, I'll take the whole thing. I'm sorry, I was just thinking out loud. My brain goes a million miles a minute.
All right.
sometimes.
She takes what you could tell is like this blend pot, and she gives you the blend of the 7 worlds in a paper straw.
Okay. Dorabelle wants to try to pretend to have the honey while she actually collects it in her jar.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh boy. Okay, that is a 18.
18. Yeah, still distracted. She looks at some other stuff, and you're able to push it away into your jar.
That was so good.
Good. Tell me, what are the notes that you had?
Well, let's see. It definitely had a certain sweetness that I'm not used to.
Not used to sweetness and honey.
Well, no, I am.
Right,
But
okay.
this was more buttery sweetness. This was.
Okay.
Yes. I usually have it with wine, so you'll have to excuse me. There's a certain tang to sort of pineapple-y, if you will, or more apple than pine, or is it pine than apple? I think it's definitely there's a fruit is what I'm getting at. There's a fruit aroma in my mouth right now. It's quite good.
So you guys seem really, adventurous in what you do. Has the business been in the family long?
Well, say that. I say that. I mean, I did come from my mother's both retired adventurers. I kind of started it, and they came and worked for me.
Is
Or
that
with
why
me, I
they
guess.
retired to come work with you, or the adventuring life? It sounds so extravagant.
Yeah, they had their time. They met while protecting a local forest around here from a construction project by the Carliane. Back in other times, and it did. They rerouted the trains, which is good. That's why you had to come here on those spine breakers, so that the train wouldn't come to our area. Everyone thought it was real good until, suddenly we don't get all the fancy Magitech, and people wonder why.
Forgive me if this is invasive, but do I sense a little bit of do you think the trains were a good idea? Do you wish that the Empire had sort of built infrastructure here?
I think that resistance sounds great until you deal with the consequences of it.
That's fair.
Then people find, people don't take care of us, when people who you're expecting to take care of you had no problem shedding their blood and hurting their children. Some places fight. They have the weight reason to, but by the time they were doing it, the Carliane was already doing its thing. And be it they weren't apt to listen. But now we're here.
It seems like you guys are kind of on the upswing. I mean, your crops are doing better. That's got to be good.
You've been here this long, you probably picked up that there was help out there that's not Empire. So now we have their help. The Empire's help ain't free. Don't think the help we're getting is free. Guess everyone's picking their cost.
The beehives we just looked at. Out of curiosity, does it look like this is a job that one person could do by themselves, or we require more than one?
Looks like it'd be 3.
Okay.
So, I mean, one person could keep up with it for a period of time.
Okay.
Like it's sort of the harvesting you'd need, like everybody hands on deck. But if you did it right, 3 people could do enough work to let one person do it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, Dora was just questioning whether the mothers existed for a second. Mother's names are Diff and Sum?
Mm-hmm. Diff is all about the natural elements, and Sum's about all the fauna. She likes insects a lot.
She does?
I hope.
Go ahead.
Well, I just hope we eventually get to meet them. They sound like they have a lot of good stories to tell.
They do. They're great people. And they'll be here eventually. I don't know when, but they always come back after a bit. they don't get themselves killed this time.
How long are they usually gone?
Oh, anywhere from a day to 3 weeks. Always back with scars and burns.
Do you know where they went? That sounds dangerous, obviously.
Yeah,
No.
just doing field research doesn't seem like it should cause scars and burns.
They don't talk about it, and they don't tell me where they're going.
Maybe not as retired as they might say.
I don't get too far when I begin asking them those questions.
Parents are rough.
Yeah.
Last time my parents disappeared, well, that's how I got a little brother. So
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, those wild knows what they get up to.
Do you have any of the more natural?
I mean,
I don't-
native?
Well, you had mentioned Diff was into the natural blends.
The elements. I mean, like
Element.
air, water, fire, earth.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool.
Well, all right. I feel like we've taken up a lot of your time. I mean, thanks for chatting with us. It's kind of weird coming in from out of town, but you've been really nice.
Well, thank you all for stopping by for a chat. Good luck on whatever you're here to do.
Yeah, just let them know we're doing free checkups in town if they come back today. Especially if they come back injured. I mean, I'd be happy to offer my services.
Yep, I would be sure to tell my Druidic mothers that someone all learned wants to do things to them.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, Adora, say goodbye now. Come on.
Goodbye.
Let's go. Well, I don't love what she said about the grabbers having a price. I wonder what the town is giving to get all of this help.
Me too. Or maybe they had to make a deal. Still can't get that line out of my head about feeding the children. Is it that they want their children, or the children here, to eat the food that the growers are hoping to grow? I mean, the grabbers are hoping to grow? Because when we looked at the crops, it didn't look like it would have any major effects on people unless they ate, like, well, I guess if that's all they're eating.
I don't know. I mean, it didn't seem like really clinically significant at the time. But yeah, maybe there's a missing piece of the puzzle. Maybe we just don't know yet.
Yeah.
We'll learn more at the church.
Exactly. Oh, speaking of which, wasp person, I have your honey. Yep, I bet you our deal was a honey that fewer than 20 have partaken in, and this is it.
Their eyes get big and violet as they eat it. They go, whoa. That's some other worlds. Whoa.
What do you see?
Oh yeah. The gates are open for me. I've tasted of their honey. I can go to their world.
Uh-oh.
Like you.
Well, at least I gotta keep my finger, I guess.
All right. Our contract's complete then, right?
Well, I mean, you still have to honor your part, which is
All right.
helping us to finish the mission.
You got it. I will tell you, this is where I came from.
Where'd you come from?
Right there.
Right there?
Inside the bee shop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your home.
All right.
Well, that's where you were summoned.
Yep. 2 women. And give me the orders.
Really? Was it Diff and Sum?
Well, it wasn't her, the one you were talking to, so probably.
Huh. You wouldn't happen to know how to contact them, would you?
No, that's the usual thing I get, but they made a point of not making that part of the ritual. Like they kind of redacted that right out of the spell.
Why do I have a feeling, you guys, that some might be part of the Risen Tomb?
Yeah, I was just thinking that too.
I mean, it kind of seemed the type.
I mean, that would make sense, especially if they don't have. I mean, especially if they're the ones selling all the bees, but they're not taking anything back. It's almost like the perfect operation, right? You have your own storefront. You have someone who's in charge of running the store who doesn't really understand what's going on. And meanwhile, they're out doing missions to get things to bring back here.
No, I was thinking do-goody adventurers who think that they know the right thing all the time, and that even though they kind of created the consequences of their own actions, they're trying to fix it by not realizing that they're actually making it worse.
That's possible too.
Yeah.
Urte was the other world I said, actually, if I didn't remember that one. I just remembered. Sorry.
Well, it sounds like this honey opens up ways of interplanar travel.
Does the honey?
No, I just get to do that.
Oh,
I can just go anywhere where I've tasted honey, and you just gave me 7. It was great.
oh, that's cool. I just created a major problem for a campaign night.
What were you saying,
Blue
Jill?
Rose, what? What were you saying, Jello?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying I don't think the honey goes between realms. I think it's the bee.
Oh, yeah.
And then you clarified that.
So now that I've let them taste 7 worlds of honey, they can go to Eberron.
But you can keep your finger.
Yay! Okay. Well, hey, a deal's a deal, I guess. Anyway, yeah. I'll start walking to the church.
Coming up upon the exterior of the building, it's fairly unremarkable. All you can really see is there's a blackened corner, which has been burned to a crisp. Stone steps lead to a massive wooden door, engraved with an open palm holding a stalwart mountain, which you would recognize as the symbol of Adan.
I don't actually know a whole lot about the deities here. Dianadar, do you know anything?
If I take a look at, am I familiar?
You would know Adan, yeah.
Oh, that's hold on.
Yeah, we can look at your setting guide.
I don't remember. Is that the father or the mother or the brother? I need to look. I just forget
Saying those words in another campaign gets you messed up, but yeah, no.
Let's see here. Oh, there you go. It was who was it again?
Adan.
Adan. Where? Oh yeah, okay. That's the father. That's the world maker. The one that kind of created most of the issues since he decided to cheat on the mother world maker.
Oh.
It's really very interesting, though, the whole story. But it would make sense, I guess, for them to have it here near the coast. It's kind of funny and fitting.
Right.
Alrighty, so we just head inside.
Yeah, that's what they said. And we wait, and if they show up, they want to meet with us.
I will leave Whirligig outside, I think. Just keeping watch outside.
All right. To do so, the inside of the church. Oh. Did you say something, Aiden?
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna try to hide on somebody, like in the under's armor or something, if I can.
Okay.
Also, upon entering the church, Deus is gonna kind of just like rub one of his like fingers over a ring that he has, and it's going to detach from his hand and then form into this skittering little spider-like creature
Ooh.
that follows in the shadows behind us, like in the pews kind of thing.
Okay.
Is that your familiar, or is that something else?
That is my familiar.
Sick. So cool.
Sounds good.
Eden.
So the inside of the church is much more spectacular. A high-ceilinged cathedral with a stained glass mural illustrating Adon's reach. The glass is cracked and full of holes surrounding the back of the mural. Scaffolding is half constructed beside the broken mural, with pieces of glass stacked neatly nearby, or several large block and tackle pulleys hang ready from the ceiling. An impressive mosaic of abstract geometric patterns covers much of the floor. The mosaic pattern appears recently installed. Cut tiles and several sets of carpentry and masonry tools are neatly stored against a wall.
Mm.
I'm gonna Go ahead.
I was just saying, do we feel like any presence, like here of anyone, maybe in the rafters or something of the sort?
We can do a perception check.
That's not great. Let's see here. Hold on. I forgot I have two windows up. That's a 10.
And you don't sense anybody.
I'm gonna snap one of my glass containers, and I'm gonna inhale the detect magic smelling salts. So it's like casting detect magic. I just can't see auras. I can just like smell out where it is, but I can't see the school of magic. I just know that there's like magic somewhere, and I could find the location by smell.
Yeah, I'd say there's no magic that you detect.
Okay.
Could I go up and like pray at the altar, but actually investigate it?
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
I'm just gonna double check to see if I have anything for that. No, I do not. No. $21.
21. You go up to the altar near the damaged stained glass window and just praying and checking around. You don't see anything unusual. other than a few burn marks.
I'm gonna reach out and touch the burn marks.
Okay. You get the sense that these seem to have happened by fire, as though lightning has struck the church.
Whew.
That doesn't sound kosher. Lightning striking a church?
Well,
Striking
no,
inside the church?
it honestly kind of makes sense. Something that Neriel would do. She is the goddess of water, and since the Castadia is the world maker, she's the goddess of the weather, and his church is right by the water. You can kind of see where this problem is. It's like the church is on looking the sea just as he would, and of course she would strike him down.
So we just wandered into a marital dispute between deities?
This is always a marital dispute here, but yes.
Well, no.
But it's not an issue, right? We're just here to
Pick a side.
make people feel better.
Well,
And
right. I'm just going to sit down as instructed and hope that a grabber shows up.
Does it seem like we are looking in the whole interior of the church, or is there like a rectory that we would know is another compartment in here, or is there's like a door to a basement or something, or is it just this one room?
I'd say, looking about, it definitely. I mean, you look at the pulleys. It seems like they're meant to be lifting something. Like they could lift something pretty heavy.
Like a big Ethereum weapon, maybe.
Well, they did say that they were bringing stuff in here.
Probably how they're maybe how they're bringing the goods, moving them.
And live animals, too.
Does the lightning, is it like seem arcane at all or something? Like, is there like a spell that like if you teleport, there's like a big zap of lightning or something?
Judging, you don't get a feel of magic from it or anything like that.
Okay. Oh yeah, and I also have the.
Yeah. You do your stealth. You didn't get any type of.
Cool.
what is the pulley and stuff attached to? Nothing, or is it just like standing above, not anchored to or wrapped around anything?
Like there's the coils and wires. I would say, does look like it's above those geometric tiles.
And there is actually a spell for that, Cora.
Cool.
Yeah.
But not what we think happened here.
No.
Okay.
Well,
But there's also
I would
lightning
like-
bolts.
I would like to investigate these tiles. See if they are able to shift, or do I think they are not, completely sealed to the other tiles around them?
Give me a investigation check.
Okay, let me look at my thing. Make sure there's nothing to add. Okay. 14.
14. Carefully looking, you can just see a seam. And as you touch some of the patterns, a piece of them, you're on your hands, and it's like this weird 3D illusion where it looks flat, except where you run your hands, you actually find a handle
Oh,
that sticks straight up. And only by touching do you actually, then your eyes adjust to see that it's been there.
nice. Can I lift it up and someone hand me the rope? There. It's like if I pull it, it's going to be, I'm guessing, hard for me myself to lift it up.
It comes up pretty easily.
Oh, okay.
And it's typical humanoid width, and you see a ladder of iron rungs descend into a shaft.
Is this going up or going down?
Down. Descend.
Well, you know what they say. If you can't find God, go find God, right? If God doesn't come to you, go find God, right?
I've never heard that.
Well, I guess we go find our way.
You don't think we should wait? Evers?
They haven't came yet. And, I think as long as we come as friends. Unless you'd rather stay and sit and get cold.
No.
Deus is gonna make like a little kind of hissy sound, and you see this little spider-like creature like come out of the shadows from under one of the pews and crawl into his hand.
Fascinating.
So I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, big guy, you go first.
Okay. In that case, we can begin to pull up maps.
Ooh. As we go down, I guess I'll also call Whirligig back to me, just for the sake of saying so.
Oh, come on.
All right, she got Whirligig. Very good.
Is it up yet or no?
It's up. I'm just revealing a bit of it.
Gotcha. I was like, I see nothing.
And it's a very little bit.
Zoom
I
out
am-
and you'll see it.
I am
It's
zoomed
in the upper left.
Oh, there we go. Alrighty, I can present. Share screen. Share screen.
So an iron rung ladder descends from the trapdoor to the floor below. The metal walls reflect the light from glowing Ethereum lamps flanking the ladder. Opposite the ladder, at the bottom of the shaft, stands a pair of large doors. Mounted near the doors is a metal control panel with several blinking lights.
Control
Any-
panel.
Yeah.
Anybody
I know,
ever
love
seen one of
looking
those
at it.
before?
So immediately, you realize no magic can work in this room,
Hmm.
and all your items become powerless.
Oh,
Oh no.
Does that mean our familiars go away?
I would say no.
So not magic that's like already been cast.
If it has a duration, it would go away.
Gotcha.
But if it's an instantaneous, it would stay. So like, yeah. You do recognize a certain powerful magic would still work here. This basically reduces anything level 3 and lower.
Oh.
What would you like to do?
Oh boy.
You can still check out this control panel, though, right?
Yeah, Cora, help me out with here.
Yeah, for sure. I'll walk over and help Deus.
All right, you guys look at it, and you do see that there are doors that lead out of here. And as you switch, there's a few switches. Do you want to start messing with them?
So it seems like the panel controls the door. That's what you're saying.
Could control a lot of things.
Gotcha. Is there obvious wiring?
Yeah, there's wiring. Oh, you mean that runs?
Yeah.
You do see some that runs to the door, and then some that seems to surround the entire room.
Okay, well those feel bad. That feels dangerous. What do you think, Deus? Should we just push the red button or?
Maybe not the red button, maybe the green one or the blue one.
Okay. You press the 1. There's another trapdoor opens above you, and there you can see this would be right above where the pulleys would come down.
Hmm.
And as you press another one, you feel the field turn off for a few seconds before it powers back up.
The magic one? Like the anti-magic one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the other one, you can open the door.
should we go in through the top?
Sorry.
Say again, Adora?
Should we go in through the top?
I think the top goes back to the main cathedral chamber.
It goes back to the cathedral.
Oh. Okay. Well, what do you think we can? Okay. So do you think? So this thing that shuts off the magic for a few seconds. Would that? I don't know. Needing more information. So I guess we keep going.
Is there anything anybody wants to do that they could do instantaneously before we move on?
I mean, if the doors have slight gaps, I can check on the other side of them before we open them.
Yeah. Your sense is the anti-magic field is functionally only in this room and does not function outside of the room.
Oh, cool. Okay. Gotcha.
And you've seen things like this. This could be a magic. You've seen stuff like this before, like a magical decontamination room.
Ah, okay. Does this also seem like from the Risen Tomb? Like, is this advanced, or does this seem like something?
It does seem fairly advanced because what this one does, you could say, has a dispelling element to it.
Ah.
So third and below are actually dispelled as well. So now that I'm sorry, yeah, your familiars did go away and they are gone.
Oh, I should have left Whirligig outside. Although it dispelled it on, it would have dispelled anyway.
Yeah.
Ah.
And anything other lingering magical, like for instance, if you run the effects of a hero's feast, it would have gone away as permanently after entering the room.
A little pile of objects are on the floor where Whirligig used to be, and I'm just scooping up a bag of ball bearings back into my inventory.
What happened to Oris?
What? Say again?
Your robot.
Oh yeah. I guess would Ology be with us?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know why I call him Oros.
Let me see if that means anything.
He'd be fine. Well, he stopped working until you get him out of here, but he wouldn't be permanently messed up.
Okay. If I had a Ethereum infusion on him from my subclass,
it wouldn't be dispelled, no.
Okay, cool. Or on them. I guess we'll use they them pronoun.
Deanna, you go first. You're the strong one. Back you up.
So you're pushing through the doors.
I don't know if I'm the strong one, but I'll open them.
Ology is.
Ology's a strong one for sure.
Ology, you go first. I'll back you up.
Perfect. All right, then you revealed a 15-foot wide hallway with a series of doors around. Got you going here. You can tell me kind of what you want to do.
I'm forcing Ology to go in front of me. Please, Mr. Robot.
I will say Ology is strong, but not beefy. 9 hit points, but can like lift something heavy.
I just want to. There's all these doors are completely solid, no windows.
Correct. I'll make sure check on that.
Is there any nameplates or labels for this door?
You do not see any type of. Well, so you do. So there is. There are some labels here that you can see. Break room, library, lab A, lab B.
Well, Belle, I guess this would be your time to brush elbows with somebody in the library. Find that farmer you were always looking for.
Oh, okay.
And then there's something marked control room and antechamber. as well as Power Center.
There's definitely a lot of rooms here, and they seem to keep a wide operation. Would definitely be cautious. We don't want to run into anybody. If we do, we need to make sure that they aren't making a lot of people aware of our presence.
Do we think a control room is like a security room? I mean, what if they're watching us with scrying crystals now?
I guess we can head there.
Yeah. Good idea.
As we move, can I just keep an eye out for any more of those like illusory 3D thing, like trapdoors or something that we wouldn't see unless we were trying to be careful?
Okay. Investigation check.
Sure. 12.
Okay. Yeah, you look, you don't see anything. And you make your way to the control room. As you slowly move down the hallway lit by the same Ethereum lamps. So I'll illuminate for you, which is almost all the way at the end of the hallway. Here. Oh. And it does seem to be unlocked.
Okay, let me try this. And if we're unless somebody else wants to go first,
No, please do.
I grab it and I try to open it.
Okay. Walk in, you see slabs of stone etched with strange glowing runes line the walls of the small room. A man stands with his back to the door, hunched over a slab. He stares out the window where sits a massive humanoid form of metal and magic.
Oh God. Excuse me.
Kind of, you see he quickly he puts his hand on a aether pistol as he turns around.
No, it's okay. I'm not here for that. I was trying to I had a meeting. I thought I had a meeting with the grabbers.
Give me a persuasion check.
I also don't want to interrupt, but while this is going on, can I try to sneak out of Deanna Dare's armor and sneak behind the guy?
Give me a stealth check.
I was just seeing if there was anything. There's not anything, is there? Nope. Okay. Straight roll. Oh boy. My worst skill.
I got a 25.
Stealth, okay.
With Dorabelle being close to me, can use one of my fortune points, and the D6 for that will be a 5 that you can add to. So you can roll another D20 and then add the 5 to whatever better D20.
Okay. Oh, that one's much better. Okay. Let's see. 23.
Looks. You're supposed to meet with me. You were looking for the grabbers.
Yes.
Well, what's your name?
My name's Adora.
I'm Sorvas.
Mm.
To meet you. Would you mind if I sit down?
You all best come in.
So he did indicate that he knows other people are here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because he's passing the hallway still.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah. Oh, okay. So
I don't think he knows that. He does not know that Jello's there.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, I'm so sorry to come in like this. I was waiting for quite a while, and I was told to come here in order to meet, and I saw. Well, I guess I kind of just stumbled in. I'm a little clumsy in that way, and just got really curious all of a sudden. And I didn't mean to sneak up on you like that. I was trying to actually turn back around and got a little lost in the corridor.
Now that's a lie.
Yeah, that is. I'm just really curious.
Uh-huh. All you're curious together. Pretty diverse and packing quite a bit of Magitech. Anyway, I'm in charge of the grabbers.
Oh,
So,
Could I do a perception check on this guy to make sure he's not doing anything to alert anyone we're here?
yeah, go ahead.
Um, 15.
15. He still has his one hand on his pistol, just in case. And it does, and he's got a hand that's not moving towards a button, but definitely is near enough in case something goes awry.
you know, the farmers here love you. Oh, they love your organization, and I admit that when I first came here, I was a little less sure about the grabbers, but upon talking to the people here, I've kind of changed my mind about you all.
And where are you all from? Why are you here?
If I can, by the way, I just want to be ready to stop him if he goes to push it.
Got it.
I mean, Adora will go to tell him the truth, except she probably won't mention being an agent as much as she'll mention exactly where she's from, which is kind of the part of the Empire.
And kind of why you're here. Or...
Well, I came here because I was really investigating. There was a issue with a train. And it sort of led us straight here. And at first, I wasn't sure what to make of any of this, except, well, now I understand there's two organizations here. There's the Grabbers, and there's the Risen Tomb.
Yes. We formed to help Sunta and the other villagers on this east coast.
And you have?
They're overlooked by the Reachers, a group that helps others, and then one of the Risen Tombs approached us with a deal to steal Talavi and Karo technology and allow the Risen Tomb to set up down here to build a war construct.
Is that what is out there right now?
Yeah. They offered us every machine, every piece of Magitech we could want. Things that hadn't been made yet, and I agreed. But I keep watching them build this monster. And I just keep getting more worried.
As well you should.
A lot of people can get hurt with that thing. Civilians, innocent people.
And I think you're better than that. Based on what I've heard, I mean, the people may not come out straight out and tell it to you, but they still like the grabbers. They're just more wary of this risen tomb, and the more things I find out about them, I can see why. And to be fair, the more things I've learned about your organization, the more I see why they like you. I mean, you helped them at a very difficult time when no one would.
Yes. Well. We weren't doing much until the tomb made us the offer, though. I mean, things have gotten so much better since they've helped, but it kind of looks at this humanoid construct and shivers a bit.
Well, may I make a proposal to you?
Sure.
Obviously, I don't want you to have to go back on your promises or deals or handshakes. But you and I, everyone in this room, I think, knows that this risen tomb has other ideas in mind. Things that are probably going to put a big target on Sunta and undo all the good that you've done here. Please let us help you. And by that, I mean you don't have to do much of anything except point us in the right direction. And then it'll be like we never met.
You want to get the weapon?
No. I mostly am interested in shutting down the weapons.
Okay.
Or at least getting it out of here. Away from Sunta.
No Gundams for anybody. We're destroying it.
Well, that's what I meant.
Then there could be other things you can do, but ultimately it's in that room.
Do they have eyes down here?
No, they can't see in here. But if you go out, go to the left, it is possible to begin to get in there.
In order to protect you, do you want us to make it look like we knocked you out or anything?
No.
Okay.
I can unlock the door for you from here.
That would help.
And I can try to take down some of its core programming. I can't turn it off entirely. I don't have the clearance.
Okay. Is there anything you can tell us about this weapon, its core, its weakness, its where we could shut it down from?
Gonna have to dismantle it.
Okay.
As much as I know, anyway. I mean, you might be able to find some of the tomb here who could tell you more, but you also might alert the whole place to your presence.
Right.
I haven't seen it in the battle tests. I've seen it power up that weapon, and it's not good.
Okay. I look at the others. Are we all cool?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be alarmed if you walked into any of these other doors on this floor, would they?
A few of them, if I had a good reason to. But if I start going door to door, that might cause a problem.
I just want to know if we could pose as you were or not. Going through a few of those. But I won't.
Try. But he looks, he kind of presses a button. And then he starts moving stuff on the stone tablet. And you hear sounds of things like deactivating. It's about the best I can do.
From what we can see through the window, is the structure small enough to move through these halls, or like it's just going to be in this one room?
I could move through the halls. Because the halls are 15 feet wide.
We could lure it into the anti-magic room.
That's a good point.
I do know they've programmed battle tactics into it. I don't know if I can figure that out or not.
Is there anything? This is like I'm guessing, like a sizable warehouse. Is there any cranes or big, huge machinery that is hanging on top or near the ceiling that could possibly fall upon this thing?
Oh, in the room it's in?
Correct.
I mean, I don't know. Not really.
Okay.
The only type of things there is would be in the main tunnel you all probably entered through. That's our crane, our pulley system. That's supposed to lift that up and take it to let it loose.
Fair enough. I think we can make do. I think enough of us, if we can handle a kid, we can handle a child's toy, right?
They call it the strategic elimination and massacre construct.
Oh.
No
Child's
offense,
play.
Sorvas, but I feel like with a name that includes the word massacre, that should have been like the biggest red flag.
They didn't name it. They said build something. Later, they named it.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I'm just saying, massacre is a really not great word in a construct name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bella would have popped out at the word
You know what really gets me? I mean, this is a really dumb thing to really get me, is that they use the second letter in strategic. For the heck of it.
It's weird because, like, why would they call it something like that? Why not keep it more under wraps? Because it's like, oh, we just found the massacre robot. It's like, instead of finding,
Well, they don't call it like that. They call it Steam.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Stra. Got it. From this room, because I think as professional as we are, I think we're going to have our hands full with Steam. From this room, is there a way to like keep these other doors locked so that we don't get any unwanted or unexpected visitors while we're in there?
I can lock it once you're in there.
Well, maybe not those doors, but like the other hallway doors that we haven't, like the other facility doors.
No, those are all free open. The only doors that lock in here are the ones to Steam.
Okay.
Well, are you ready?
Yep.
yeah. Yes, I am.
I mean, I do know there's things all around here that go to power him right now. But
So maybe it'll be easier if we make some stops first.
Yeah. Power sources, conduits.
yeah,
Could be.
You just could also alert the base.
That's true.
Yeah.
Above table.
In
if
WoW
we go-
terms, is this heroic or are we?
Yeah. I was just gonna say above table. If we go in now, we will not alert the base. If we go to other rooms, we have a chance of alerting the base. Correct?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, you have a good. You may find other things like the. I'll tell you this. This was a significant advantage when he said I disrupted his core programming.
Right.
There may be other significant things that you're due and that you could risk, not risk. It just sort of depends.
Right.
Depending on how well you do different places.
My vote is that we go in now because we've disabled some stuff for it. We don't alert the base.
I'm not opposed to going in now either.
Yeah, same. That sounds like the smart move.
Robin's afraid.
I'm afraid. But I'll go with what we want to do. Your nurse is right now a little nervous about that much healing. We can do it.
I'm just glad I'm going to be able to use magic. Okay? Because the anti-magic field kind of puts a damper on my spirits.
Well, there's no magic field, anti-magic field here, right? It's just in that room.
No. Yeah. Cora's idea of leading it back to it. I was like, no.
Well, I think the best thing for us to do is try to get through the door sneakily and not get in its identification range and attack it before it gets to jump on us.
Okay, let's do it.
If it has a little divot somewhere, I can peek through it.
I've got my bombs.
I'll, I guess, to prepare for going as sneakily as possible, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Would you also say I have 10 minutes to conjure my familiar?
You can take that here, yeah.
Yeah, Eden is back. Probably won't get one punch killed, but that's okay. They could get a bite in.
Thank you again, and I guess we'll head to the door and
Should I look
slyly
through?
make our through. You can go ahead. Okay,
Oh.
so if you can slide through there.
Sorry. Matt, is there something I can some way I could like fit through it, or is it solid?
So let me see here. You go to the room he indicated here, and it does slide open, and it is essentially an antechamber into the room where the thing is kept.
Mm.
And then the doors are essentially sealed, but they can be opened at will.
Well, I think if we just we continue to be as a shadow would, we should be able to get a jump. I wouldn't want you to get the brunt of the force, kind of like how you did last time. You were kind of stuck in that corner there for a while.
Yeah, that didn't go so well.
It's fine. Killers can't complain how they die.
Fair enough, killer. No, don't at least stay near the door, and we'll be in shortly after. You'll be able to at least use the shadows on the other side.
All right, to be clear, is everyone going to the antechamber?
I believe so.
I'm following the group.
Okay, I was because we have the map. I was just double checking since I was looking. But if that's what we're saying, I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
Wanted to verify. Okay. Then, are you ready to proceed in?
Yep, we'll try to be sly with using the cover of the shadows and such like that.
Did Cora ever give an opinion on the...
In silence. Did Cora what?
ever give an opinion about the plan?
She's
No,
sleeping.
Robin had to step away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She
Okay.
basically said, I'm on board with what y'all decide.
Understood. Gotcha. All right, cool.
Like, but she had to step away, so she just kind of understood.
I am back now. I just got back right when someone said my name.
I just wanted to make sure Cora had a chance to chime in on going into the room here.
This is to approach the war construct thing.
Yeah, the Steve.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
pass without trace. We're trying to go so we can get the jump on the thing. So we're hiding in shadow and silence.
Yep, there's a thing here that says the steam room.
I do think, yes, totally on board, but I think before we go in, Ology is going to use an item that they're carrying, and they're going to also take a potion of invisibility and turn invisible.
Also, if you wanted to have Whirligig, Matt, let me have my familiar up. So
Yeah, you could have recast it if you want.
Okay. I don't have the money for it, though, so that's okay.
Well, there you go.
Does anybody want a potion of growth?
I'm good.
Okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to grow.
Yeah, it kind of defeats the stealthy part.
I didn't
All right.
know Ology wanted it.
Guess we'll make our way slyly through these doors.
Once we're killing people, I'll take it.
Ology would want it, except not during invisibility.
Okay. Then you push through, and bright white lights beat down on a raised platform, surrounded on all sides by dark, water-filled moat. An iron bridge descends from the door to the platform, where stands a massive humanoid construct. Its body parts are made of metal, but it's easy to see the complex wiring and Ethereum conductors that lie underneath. The construct's round eyes glow a malevolent red as it raises the laser cannon on its right hand and points towards the door. And we're in there for tonight.
Next week.
Aw.
Especially because she's printed the MIDI and I would like it.
Awesome.
All right. So as you're watching, we'll see you next week. See what happens.